We cook and heat using firewood, but today we're going to find out if we can do it with a battery saw. Hello, welcome to English Country Life. My name's Hugh, and together with the fabulous Fiona, I run this small holding here in rural Lincolnshire, and we're in a little seen part of it, which is our woodyard, where we cut up, prepare, season the firewood that we need for cooking and heating, and that's anything from 12 to 20 cubic metres a year, so we work our tools hard. Now, you may have seen in an earlier video that we have a desire to move away from petrol and onto battery tools because there's less maintenance, because they're lighter, because they're quieter, because they're cheaper to run. There's all sorts of good reasons to do it. But I was worried, and I'm sitting there thinking, is battery tools enough to do this level of work? Well, our friend Oliver, who's a professional tree surgeon, recently took down a big ash tree for us, and he felled it completely, sectioned it up using only battery tools. So it's quite clear that if you're a professional using professional grade tools, they're more than up to the job. But we need something that's more in the kind of homesteader smallholder range. So we're going to use this. This is a Stiga CS 700E battery powered chainsaw. The 48 volt battery pack that holds 4 amp hours of juice, so it's got some guts to it. But let's find out whether it can cut enough firewood, whether it can cut big firewood, whether it's lighter to use, whether it's handier to use, and whether we think it's up to the job. It does bear repeating that I always wear chainsaw trousers, a proper set of chainsaw boots, and a helmet with eye and ear protection when I'm using any kind of chainsaw. Let's look at our fuel source. Solar panels, charging this fantastic AFRI power station setup, which runs the battery charger. So to use the saw, it's just a matter of take that charged battery, clip it into place, top up the bar oil, which you have to do with all chainsaws, switch the saw on, and it's ready to go. As a contrast, let's look at getting the petrol saw ready. So first thing, they always need fresh fuel. You can't leave stale fuel in one, and you have to measure it out into some sort of mixing vessel. Get it up to about 1 litre, whatever quantity you want. Then you need to add your 2-stroke oil, 50:1 ratio on this occasion. Make sure it's mixed properly, and once you've done all of that, fill up the saw. Obviously you do have to add bar oil to a petrol saw as well. Then it's a matter of put the throttle and choke on and have the great fun of pulling and tugging and starting and hoping the thing is gonna run. Let's take a look at performance. We've tested the saw on seasoned and greenwood, on softwoods and on hardwoods. This is a bit of seasoned stuff, and as you can see, Stiga goes through it, no problem at all. Comparing the performance, so this is some green softwood, and I think again the Stiga performance is perfectly fine cutting through that. Although I've got to be honest, when I compare it to my largest and most powerful petrol saw, the petrol saw does go through it marginally quicker. Let's look at volume for a minute, because that matters a lot to me. And I think something that I'd like to demonstrate here is that the Stiga is about 5 decibels quieter than the petrol saw, which may not sound a lot, but that's actually 50% less sound power, and certainly 25% less perceived volume. It's also the higher frequency, which means it doesn't tend to carry as far as that low frequency throbbing of the petrol engine. Another really big difference that I wasn't expecting, but I did find, is every time I took the finger off the trigger of the Stiga, it was completely quiet. It wasn't consuming power, wasn't continuing to make a noise. And with logging, you're constantly picking up and putting down the saw as you throw things into barrows or stack logs. Makes a massive difference. With the petrol saw, of course, when you put it down, it's still running, it's still consuming fuel. There's more to it as well. That petrol saw weighs 16.4 pounds, whereas the Stiga weighs 12.4 pounds. 4 pounds difference, 1.8 kilos if you want it in new money. And when you're doing that all day long, picking up, putting down, stacking logs, all the rest of it, 4 pounds of difference in weight makes a massive difference. Finally, let's look at quantities. And I ran this saw hard working on that ash tree that Oliver cut down. And I managed to cut 1.5 cubic meters of all different sizes of logs using a single charge battery. And that's fine, because I really don't want to have to be chopping and changing batteries every 5 minutes while I'm logging up. So I've given this, which is the 700E chainsaw from Stiga, a good old workout, and I want to draw some conclusions. There's a couple of things I really don't like about it. There are some things I really do like about it. So let's go over the negatives first and get them out the way. When I first got the saw, I charged up the battery, I put it in, and I got a warning light, and I was like, oh no. And I went through the manual and I couldn't figure out what was causing this warning light. And it was the chain brake. I mean, it was nothing more than that. So you take the chain brake off, the warning light goes off, but it didn't tell me that, or at least I couldn't find where it told me that in the manual. So although the manual's massive, that's probably because it seems to be in every language on earth. And I would like a little bit more, a comprehensive manual, and maybe a brief kind of how-to in English with some video, perhaps a little kind of, you know, barcode somewhere that you can read and go and look at a quick video on how to put it together. Because honestly, you don't need to know a lot for these. The other thing I find awkward is that in order to change the chain speed, and this has got 2 chain speeds, it's got an eco mode, 16 meters per second, which is fine for processing firewood most of the time. It's also got a 20 meters per second faster chain speed for when you need a bit more oomph. But in order to change chain speeds, you need the chain running, and then you press the button and it changes chain speeds, and I just find that a little bit awkward. They're both minor quibbles, but they're things that I think could be improved. So what do I like about it? Well, it's not as powerful as my big petrol saw, and it won't cope with as big a diameter wood. But you know what? It's quieter, it's lighter, it's handier, it's dead easy to pick up and put down. I can process 1.5 cubic meters of ash, really hard firewood, with this on a single battery charge. To recharge that battery on the mains is going to cost me 5p, and we're going to do it on solar so that we are completely self-sufficient. Now, how's that for being eco-friendly, for saving money? And of course, because this is a brushless motor and all of those kind of good things, it's an electrical motor, I'm not going to have all those kind of servicing issues with air filters and all that other stuff that I have to do with all the petrol tools. This will cope with almost all my firewood processing, it will cope with light felling, it will cope with coppicing, and as I say, honestly, it's a joy to use. And it reminds me of something. It reminds me that I've got bill hooks, I've got specialist kitchen knives, I've got specialist butchery knives, but you know the knife I use the most? My Swiss Army knife, because although it's small, it's light enough and capable enough that I can carry it around easily, and it'll do 80–90% of the jobs I want to do with a knife, and it's perfect. And that's the kind of space that this falls into. It's light, it's handy, but it'll do most of the stuff that those of us who live on small holdings and homesteads want to do with a chainsaw, and it does it well. If you enjoyed today's content, can you spare us 5 seconds? Give us a thumbs up down below. If you want to see more about our journey to get rid of all our kind of fossil fuels and move more towards electricity, which we can generate for ourselves, and the tools that use that electricity, tap on subscribe down there and hit the bell next to it. It's a free service, but it'll tell you every time we upload a new video. For today, thanks for joining us. Come back and see us soon. Take care.